We are now going out streaming on the places, I believe. Welcome to Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo Community. Not sure where you're beaming in from, but you could always find these live shows at community.reinventingthetattoo.com or at either of the app stores. We are beaming out in the Facebooks, on the YouTubes, and you may be listening to a replay on the podcast, but well, yeah, all those channels are great. This is a Reinventing the Tattoo podcast interview with Ivana. She's going to be joining us over at the Brussels Tattoo Convention. And it's been about a year since we've had the last interview with her. So we figure we'll catch up with her. She's out in Los Angeles at the moment. We do want to make sure that if you are a tattooer, you can go to reinventingthetattoo.com/sample pack, SAMPLEPACK. And you can register for free sample packages of Cheyenne cartridges and raw pigments. We have some t-shirts, so I think we might ask what t-shirt size now. And yeah, so this is a way for our sponsors to be able to, get some sample products to people. So let's see, I'm going to let you know about our sponsors. Okay, so I'm going to real quickly here, share the screen. And you see, this is our Reinventing the Tattoo Community. Our event schedule is right here. And this shows us all of the upcoming live events that are happening. Hey, there's Ivana. We have Russ Abbott's going to be on Tattoo Collecting Podcast tomorrow, talking about his tattoo collections. We have Reinventing Drawing Groups, where artists are encouraged to join us. On Monday, the 14th at 9 o'clock, Jesse Smith is going to be joining us for What's in a Blob. They're going to be doing like character drawings out of stains and blobs and stuff. So you want to join Guy and Jesse Smith for that one if you're available. And if you're an artist, you could just beam in. This one's free of charge, even though it's on a Monday night. Usually that's the subscriber spot. The next day, on Tuesday, we've got a Creature Double feature with Tommy Lee, June 15th, 2 o'clock. They're going to be doing some automatic drawing of creepy creatures. So you have your cutesy or animated with Jesse, and then you've got your creepy with Tommy Lee the next day. It's going to be pretty sick. And then that night, we actually have a creepy junk critique. So you can, there's so many events coming up. The History of Tattoo Conventions. I think it's the Israel Tattoo Convention promoter that we're catching up with. There are so many events. Check them all out. And you can catch all of the replays here in the library. But I want to just let you know about the sponsors real quick. We've got Inkjet Stencils, inkjetstencils.com, where you can do your stencils real quick on the iPad, or not real quick, you treat your images on the iPad or on the computer, and then you print them out. The printing goes quick. Check it out, inkjetstencils.com. We've got rawpigments.co. They are acrylic-free inks, so they don't dry up in your cup. They are vegan. And you can check out their videos. They have a lot of videos. Lauren's been interviewing the artists, rawpigments.co. Dermalize Pro in the United States, otherwise known as Dermalize worldwide. And yeah, you definitely want to check it out. It is dermalizepro.com, and they have a healing wrap that you use. It is breathable. So unlike Saran wrap that is designed not to be breathable, the Delize Pro, Dermalize, it's the same thing. Like I said, different countries. We're a global broadcast, so we have to have different names for different trademarks and places. Anyways, Delize Pro in the United States, it's breathable. Try it out. They've got a lot of videos that show people how to use it. You want to make sure that you're not like tearing it off the wrong way. Do it, but if you use it as it's directed, it's pretty sick. I have healed myself with it. We have worldtattooevents.com. It has the most comprehensive listing of tattoo events that exists. I know I tried to copy it, and after 3 days, I couldn't. This is like over 10 years ago. Alex is amazing. Check it out. And he also actually has a show on here, The Future of Tattoo Conventions, as well as the history of tattoo conventions. Courses .reinventingthetattoo.com or catalog.reinventingthetattoo.com, guyaitchison.com make this all possible and free. Tattoonow.com for your computer geek needs. Actually, I'm getting caught up. I'm going to be taking care of all of our website clients, but then if you're looking for CRM, SEO, any kind of computer geeky stuff, I am going to start to be available. And yeah, you'll see here. Look at this. This is the Ivana. Ivana, I said, or I saw the celebrity tattoo artist. I thought it was awesome. Obviously, you do indeed tattoo a lot of celebrities. Let me check if this is working for everybody. Let me know in the chat rooms. And oh, looks like we have Florida territory, so people are beaming in. So this is indeed working. Okay, now we are both on here. Ivana, thanks for beaming in again. I think it was about a year ago, maybe, that you did an interview with Guy. Is that the truth?
About that time, yes. Hello, everybody.
It's been crazy. Let everybody know where they could find you and your portfolios and some of the places, and then we could chat about how the last year's gone. And I do have a whole mess of pictures that are that we can show.
You can find me on any platform under Ivana Tattoo Art, whether it's my website, Instagram, Facebook, my fan page, YouTube channel, Twitter, everything is under Ivana Tattoo Art.
Awesome. And you've been not going nuts with the YouTube, but you've been ridiculously active on the YouTube. I know at first I was, you're putting up maybe videos every day, every other day.
I did. There was a time when I was putting up videos every single day on my YouTube channel. So some of the videos, it's about tattooing. So people can watch me to do certain tattoos, and especially how I apply my color. Then I started to do lifestyle videos about positive mindset, and for a few different markets. So there is lots of stuff on my YouTube. But like I said, yes, there was a time when I was releasing at least one video a day.
Oh, amazing. Let me, I want to fire up the YouTube channel here for people to check out, because it is pretty awesome. And you're doing them in English, and then I apologize, I don't want to say the wrong language.
Slovakian. There is lots of videos
awesome.
in English, obviously, but also for my Slovakian and Czech market. So some of the about positive lifestyle, mindset, or just giving people different tools, that's in my language, but the rest is in English. So people can learn a lot from my videos when it comes to my technique or how I do certain tattoos, or they can just be entertained by my work. There is mix of stuff. There is also a video when I'm showing what I was doing on my 40th birthday. How did we celebrate? So like I said, there is lots of lifestyle videos. Then I'm showing Long Beach. This is where I live at the moment. This is where I work also, where I have my studio, Ivana Tattoo Art. So people also see like how it looks like in here, what I'm doing my day off. So there is lots of stuff.
Cool. Let me fire up some pictures of the studio. It is out of control here. I was going to show off all the tattoo pictures first, but you were talking about it. Bam! Look at that. That's out of control.
Yeah, yes, I don't have the studio anymore. I'm in a different location.
Oh, okay. This is a pretty stellar looking.
Yes, that's my brand IT Los Angeles. So I'm having my clothing brand in a few different stores.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm doing clothing, merchandise. Everything comes from my tattoo. So all of the merchandise you see or the clothing, this was tattoo first, and then I'm actually putting it on the clothing. It's all cleaned up. Obviously, I put a little bit of graphic design there.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
I have t-shirts, hats, sweats, lots of merchandise. Also art prints. Some of them are limited editions.
Let's see.
So some people, not necessarily everybody wants to get a tattoo done from me. So this way people can have my piece of my art or clothing, so they can still enjoy my work.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I remember one of the first things I asked you, I don't even remember when we first met, but I was asking you about your original artwork, paintings and whatnot. And I remember you telling me then that you do tattoos. And I was just looking at all of this work. I'm like, there's no way that you're not doing some sort of, art on other mediums. But it seems like what you're really doing is, doing the tattoos, and then the other mediums come afterwards.
Exactly. Yes. I honestly, like that time, even 10 years ago, or even 1 year ago, I didn't do anything. I never painted in my life. But like I said, I always do tattoos. So the skin is my canvas in that sense, and then I'm transferring it onto different projects. But everything comes from tattooing. So first I create it on the skin, and then I take it from there, and I'm putting it on a few different mediums. But exciting news was I started to paint for Louis Vuitton in Beverly Hills. So that was literally like the first time in my life I was actually painting.
Awesome. Oh, well, that's exciting.
I started, I think, in December last year. So I'm starting to paint some stuff for the Louis Vuitton. So that was really exciting because, like I said, I never painted in my life before.
Now, are you painting in oils or acrylics, or what kind of mediums?
It's acrylics, and I was doing some paintings like on the bags. So it's acrylics with the special paints. You paint that material what they use.
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll have to beam in one of these times. Guy hosts art jams all the time, and it's fun when there's 6 to 15 different artists, from all around the world talking about everyone's talking about what they're using and how they're mixing it up and whatnot. It's it'll be fun to see. I mean, obviously, you're able to stretch your imagination with your clientele, so it doesn't seem like. I mean, certainly it doesn't seem like it from the outside that you're not able to express yourself artistically or even explore artistically because your clientele gives you that luxury or that freedom, it seems like.
Yes, for me it doesn't matter again because I'm an artist. So as long as I create, whether it's like I said, whether it's tattoos, whether it's illustrations, whether it's my clothing, whether it's painting on Louis Vuitton bags, for me it doesn't really matter as long as I create. Or even if I create these YouTube videos or creating something, content. So for me it's very important, and I really enjoy it. I don't have to be necessarily limited just by tattooing. Like I think if somebody is creative, you just create. It's like the air I breathe, basically.
Sure, absolutely. Now, are you how booked out are? I mean, obviously, as people may have seen and they saw in the post there are a fair amount of celebrities that you're tattooing. I imagine that your books are closed or close to closed, or how do you go about picking new clients? That's the question. How do you go about?
How I go about my bookings is literally you can get an appointment with me tomorrow, or you have to wait about 1 or 2 years. So it's really depending. But I'm keeping my schedule always. Actually, I'm keeping it free. So kind of free, I would say. I still have some bookings, obviously, but because I need to move, I was traveling a lot before, and I still require that sort of freedom. So in that sense, I don't overbook myself. I'm always accepting new clients. So let's say now my waiting list for Miami, it's about 6 months, for Europe, almost 2 years. So it really depends part of the world I'm going. But if it's directly Los Angeles or Long Beach, where I have my studio, it can be literally from 1 day up to a few months. But it's very flexible, and I always make exceptions for the clients who travel because I have lots of clients flying to me. So I always make exception. Or if I have unfinished jobs, these clients are always my priority.
Awesome. I really hope there's a lot of tattooers that are listening. When we do our morning groups, there will be people that talk about being booked out like a year and whatnot. And I'm like, wow, like you're really just losing.
Gabe, I never did this to myself since the beginning of my career, because how can I know what's going to happen in 1 year? And at the same time, I'm not sort of person that I just stay in one location for too long, So Usually I keep my schedule literally flexi. It can be about 4-6 weeks. I kind of know what I'm doing, but it's always pretty open. So I don't tattoo every day or 5 days a week. I don't. So it's it varies, I would say. So people always can make an appointment with me. Everybody thinks like I am inaccessible, like they have to like wait for 2 years or whatever, but that is absolutely not true. And also, I want to clarify one thing. Yes, I do tattoo celebrities, and I have lots of these kind of requests. And now people suddenly, when they see I'm tattooing so many celebrities, they think I'm inaccessible. And that is not true either. So for me, everybody's celebrities. I don't care whether it's literally somebody famous or whether it's my client. It's completely different interactions. But like I said, I always take a bookings, so people don't have to think like I only tattoo celebrities. It's not true.
Awesome. It's like I said, it's such a great way to keep yourself, with new, fresh tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the space and a client comes through with some great ideas, then being able to fit them in is awesome. And so now you're doing a lot of traveling. Whereabouts? You said you're traveling to Miami?
At the moment, I'm pending between LA and Miami, yes, for the past at least 1.5 years. So this is my 2 locations I always take a bookings. Miami and Los Angeles. And in between, now I was going down south, so I was taking bookings in Atlanta, I was in Nashville, I was in, where did we go? I don't even remember, Kansas City, like I was going down south. So sometimes I take in bookings to different cities or different locations. Also, I love traveling and I like to see new things. And obviously I can meet this way my clients or people who doesn't like to fly necessarily or that don't have time. I can meet them this way. This is kind of traveling what I'm doing, but from November, I'm gonna be in Belgium. So again, I'm going to start to do Europe. So once the traveling is just a little bit easier, then I will be all over the place again. So you guys can see me literally everywhere. I will be in Europe, I will be in Asia. I'm going to start to go to China again, Taiwan, I don't know, Australia, but mostly I was spending lots of time in Europe. And I'm planning also to go to East Coast. So
awesome. I
stay
mean, it's
tuned.
amazing finally being able to start to book travel again. It's been
I
a very
cannot
long
wait
time.
again. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But I did the best out of it during this time. You know, I was still traveling by any possibilities here in the United States. So for me, it was still amazing. I just miss Europe a little bit now, of course.
Well, because you spent a lot of time in the Caribbean, and it seems like you've always had a very strong streak to travel. So Brussels is also, when we're over there, you're going to be teaching a seminar. We're obviously just still hammering out all the details. But you know, if you were to carve out a 2-hour section of one of your seminars to present, do you have any ideas what people could look forward to?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be teaching my funky color seminar. I call it funky color because it's kind of mix of a few different things together. I mix illustrations, graphic design, realism, cartoon. Like you see, there is lots of different stuff of like a painterly style. And I'm going to be explaining or teaching my technique. So how I do the tattoos, how I prepare for my tattoos, how I do stencil or how the inspiration comes from. I'm going to be teaching about dynamic, about color techniques, basically how I mix my colors, how I blend my colors, about textures. And also I'm going to include, I always do this, I want to include just a little bit of that positive lifestyle or the positive mindset, because I think it's very important.
Oh yeah, I mean, in some ways, it could be the most important, but you know, obviously the techniques. I mean, from what I've seen, the artists that are really always fostering both, you know, their artistic spirit as well as their technical skills, you know, and then traveling to see how other people are living and how other people create art and just their visual library that they grew up in. You know, one of the things I love about Europe and heading to Brussels is just the how old all the architecture is, and it's like there's artists and everything everywhere. And
oh,
you know,
absolutely. It's just the energy of the certain cities. Like, let's say when I go to Paris, my mind is absolutely different level, you know? When I go to London, again, it's completely different energy. It's different feeling again. And that makes me create art, which probably I would never create here in America, you know? I can always create beautiful art, obviously, anywhere where I go in the world, but it's just a little bit different inputs into my work. So very important.
No.
Traveling is definitely very important. But, you know, like, inspiration comes from everywhere. Inspiration, I'm inspired when I wake up in the morning. I have a new day. I'm already inspired by that because I love my life. You know.
Well,
so,
we have very limited amount left. You know, very limited amount of times left. So yeah, every day we really should be happy to be alive. You know, and even when things are difficult, it's what was the, you know, I'm ecstatic to be alive, to experience this extreme discomfort. You know, even if things really suck, at least, you know, we're not dead. You know, there's always something.
Always could be worse. Come on.
It could always be worse. So, how did you deal with the last year? We can't go much farther longer. I don't know what it is over there, but I'm hot. I'm in like in a box here. I don't know if anybody can see me sweating, but this is getting crazy. I do want to make sure that you know, we catch up a little bit. So this last year, you know, what did you do? Well, I also have a book here. So I want to fire this up. Maybe we can talk about the book in the last year of surviving this craziness.
You know what, Gabe? Actually, I really did the best out of it. My book I released a few years back, Just Love Tattoos and Sushi. There is one of my best works included. So there is over at least about 150 photos of my best work. Then I'm explaining about my technique. People can also know more about me, the things I like, what I think about success, how, you know, how I would describe my style, how the inspiration comes from. So there is lots of stuff. Actually, this book, Just Love Tattoos and Sushi, is, in my opinion, the best project I ever did in my life.
Boom. I didn't mean to flap it around. So you have another book. So you have two books here.
Yes, but the other one is Manifestácia môjho života. So this is specifically for my Slovakian and Czech market because I do lots of inspirational videos about positive mindset and lifestyle. I'm talking, let's say, even about afterlife. I'm talking about past life regressions, about hypnosis. I'm talking about anger, jealousy, gay relationships. So there is lots of things. But this is actually a manifestation book. I'm teaching people how to manifest, how you can attract things you want in life, people, circumstances. So basically that comes from my teaching, and I did this manifestation book for them so they can also write down the things and be clear about the things they want, what they want to manifest.
Oh, awesome. Maybe we could schedule, I don't know how long some of these sessions might take, or, I mean, obviously it's a daily practice, but maybe if you walk people through it for half an hour.
Oh, I would love that. I would
that'd
love
be
that.
amazing.
Yeah, this would be, I'm assuming this would be another video, but I would love to do that for people because I'm paying
Yeah.
attention for Czech and Slovakian people, but everybody should do that. I'm practicing it myself majority of my life and it works. So I want to share this knowledge with everybody.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, again, the mentality stuff is really the key, right? And when people are, I mean, and to your point, like, you know, sometimes I'll watch people take seminars, and if it's really weird because if the teacher is not showing them like what needles and how to poke the holes, sometimes, you know, they'll walk away and they'll be like, I wish they told me how they tattooed. And I'm like, they actually did, you know, you just weren't listening to what they were saying.
You know, Gabe, like everything in my opinion starts in your head, you know, so the way you think, that's exactly, it's a direct proportion to your life. It's going to reflect on your life. And if you know lady Rhonda Byrne, she wrote the book The Secret and the movie. There is a book, there is a movie. So I was doing, my first interview was with her because again, awesome. So she was my first, I was interviewing Rhonda Byrne and I was asking her about, okay, Rhonda, can you tell us what is the most important things in life, how you can attract, how you can manifest things in your life. So there is lots of interesting videos on my YouTube and it's in English. So people can watch it and I just said it very shortly because maybe people now asking what is it. So she was saying the same. It's being grateful for everything and be thankful for everything what you have and of course the positive mindset, you know, but everything starts with that. So,
you know, obviously I've seen the celebrities go through, but I don't necessarily even, I don't even understand celebrities, but I'm one of those crazy hippies in the woods. I appreciate it. I always have had a lot of fun in LA, but you know what I do also appreciate is that you have another clientele, like the highly functional, like the highly functional ones, or the executive level clientele that you also seem to run around with. You know, I took one of the guys' classes for a couple months, and it's fun. It's fun by the time that you have such a unique tattooing, you know, style that people want. Then you ultimately end up attracting people that are really looking for, you know, very high quality work. So they often will be doing high quality work.
I can mention my client's name. We talk about it's Frank Kern.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I absolutely love him, and for me, it's such a beautiful privilege to be surrounded with people like this. So yes, I do have lots of clients who are like a high profile for me, and even interesting because the whole session. Imagine I'm actually working with Frank for over 1 year now. And every time I see him, it always brings me something for my growth. You know, we can exchange ideas or talk about lots of different things. I like to learn from people who achieve something already. So and for me, I think the tattoo session is more for me than for him. You know.
I do. Anyway, and he's wicked funny. He's like out of control.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. I actually going to tattoo him next week, so I'm excited about
awesome. That. Very cool. There's one line of his that I might borrow sometimes. But he's awesome. He's wicked good. But cool. I want to show off. You have some of the some photos here from a photo shoot to close out. And one of them, you're showing off your arm from Boris. Yes. And I remember from the very beginning always being wicked impressed. You want to tell us a little bit about the story of getting tattooed by Boris back in the day?
Yes, it was, I don't remember exactly, I think it was 2007 probably. I was living in New Zealand at the time, but I wanted to get tattooed down from him for so long. And see, it's actually I didn't get the color work, it's mostly black and gray and just like a little bit red. For some reason I just like black and gray tattoos, I don't even like too much color, and especially on my body. But the story was I was tattooing for at least already 10 years and I never had any tattoo. So I was kind of like, I mean like a real tattoo, you know. So that was interesting. I was going on for so long without any work. And I was living in New Zealand, emailed Boris, and he said, listen, I had cancellation for 2 days and I flew straight away. So 2 days in a row, he finished my sleeve. He's so quick.
Awesome.
After 5 minutes, I wanted to run away. So I was like, what did I do to myself?
Whoa. I remember seeing his work at one of the worldwide tattoo conferences. Oop, what was that?
I said we became good friends after that, actually. We are still seeing each other every time, and it's just really nice, you know.
I've only met him once or twice. Such an amazing energy. But one of the worldwide conferences, we had his tattoo pictures blasted like, you know, whatever, 20 feet tall. Maybe it wasn't 20. It might have been, because it was a real theater. You know, it was and just looking up and seeing these tattoos, just really big was so impressive. And again, his energy when we talk about.
He's absolutely phenomenal tattoo artist for sure. Not even tattoo artist, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Is there anything that you want to make sure that we catch up with? I know that you have a tattoo coming. Any last stories or anything else you want to make sure that we chat about before we go?
I think we cover for just a little bit teaser for today. It's perfect, you know, so people can get a little bit of idea how to go about the bookings, how far ahead I'm booked out, what I'm doing. And
awesome.
I think we can definitely plan for us for the video. You know, we covered the seminar in Belgium, but not even in Belgium. Actually, I teach seminars everywhere, and not necessarily the tattoo conventions or the events. Everybody can actually book me for seminar or one-on-one class. I do that a lot, actually. So
that's what I was just going to say.
People can have undivided attention. I released new website, which is ITA, Ivana Tattoo Art Lifestyle. And underneath me, basically, I have a few different divisions. I have a beauty division there, which is permanent cosmetics, ITA Allure. Then I have also classes when it comes to teaching tattooing or permanent cosmetics or fibroblast. And I also actually teach more kind of like a self-development classes. So everything you can find under ITA-lifestyle.com.
Awesome. And just to clarify, you are doing like one-on-one counseling kind of consultations and coaching with tattooers. So if somebody's in Belgium or if they're anywhere really, they can get in touch with you and you'll like take a peek at their portfolio, ask them a bunch of questions and basically give them your best advice.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And I'm trying to respond to everybody. So if people can contact me on anywhere, literally Facebook or Instagram, I usually almost get to everybody.
Awesome.
And especially if somebody needs advice or yes, but otherwise people can book me. Let's say somebody is living in Europe and they want to learn tattooing or about my technique, we can still do it online, you know? So not necessarily somebody can be with me in the person.
Awesome. Wicked exciting. And yeah, so just for everybody to remember, or if you're just tuning in, Ivana's awesome and she's tattooing loads of people, but she is accessible. She gets back to the messages and, or someone will. And
remember guys, everybody is celebrity for me. Everybody. I don't make any differences. It's just like, you know, a little bit bonus to what I'm tattooing because it's completely different interactions. So I just really want to say that.
That's all. Yeah, I love that. Everyone's a celebrity. It's a really good spirit to carry forth and amplify. Awesome. Well, have a good tattoo. And yeah, we look forward to setting a date to doing some of the mind work with people and doing like an actual little workshop or a little exercise to give people a taste of it. And wow, this is great. It's always amazing to catch up.
Thank you so much. Always good.
Awesome.
Catch you later.